Wir wünschen Ihnen einen angenehmen und erfolgreichen Lesetag.
Hello, Mr. Biason. Even though the EU Data Act is designed to provide safer and faster access to machine data, what risks for manufacturers do you think remain, and are they manageable?
Yes, there are certain risks and concerns. They were very much discussed during the negotiation process as well as during the implementation. They still matter. And these include, for instance, the protection of trade secrets. It could be also thinking about unfair competition, but also how to secure data. Now, what's true is also that the Data Act provides strong tools to address all of these concerns. For instance, firstly, the trade secrets dimension. There's the trade secrets handbrake, and the fact that if a data holder does not see that the appropriate measures are in place to share trade secrets, they can refuse or suspend the sharing of that data. There's also the consideration around unfair competition. In this regard, there is the requirement for data holder and data recipients to agree on fair, reasonable, and non-discriminatory conditions when sharing the data. And this can also allow for recovery of costs as well as potentially a margin. And also important is the fact that when thinking about data security, the data holder can put in place the necessary technical safeguards to ensure that the data is indeed shared to the right people and to the right destination ultimately. So this, of course, means that we have to have clear contracts, solid data governance framework, and this requires time and resources, so which is also why it's so important to be proactive in terms of addressing these concerns.
Do you think that the industry is taking this challenge seriously? What is your opinion?
Yes, I think that the industry is taking this very seriously, but I would actually say that we shouldn't look at the Data Act as a challenge, because it is actually more of a tool for innovation. But speaking to a lot of manufacturers, there is a lot of work being done. The manufacturers are bringing in the legal and technical teams to make sure that the Data Act is operationalized, be it in terms of mapping data flows, as well as investing and putting in place secure data sharing systems. The Commission is also doing a lot of work to ensure that the implementation takes place in a speedy manner. We're talking about the publication of the FAQ document on various questions on the Data Act, the development of the model contractual terms on data sharing contracts, as well as the standard contractual clauses specifically for cloud computing contracts. And there's also work on interoperability with respect to standards, and this is just, let's say, a flavor of what is taking place, because it's really it's very rich and broad in terms of the operations happening. There's also, of course, the activity of industry groups, which again are very active in this domain and helping with the organization of workshops or developing their own sector-specific guidance, which is, of course, very much needed and appreciated by companies. But again, bottom line, it's important to look at the Data Act not just as a regulatory hurdle, but actually see it as a foundation for the European data-driven industrial future.
Mr. Biason, thank you very much.
Thank you.